What was it like for you to finally meet this weird, big, tall, fat cano?
Like, what do you mean, like? Like, what is my feeling?
Well, yeah, obviously you had that look like
Yeah,
you had that
since
look when
I
you first met me, like you're looking up at me like I'm scared. Hi there, I'm Brian. Brian C is my YouTube handle, and I'm here with Genevieve from Porpanay Vlogs, and we're going to talk about some topics, I don't know, related to our relationship, and hopefully this grants her an entry into some English content, because I know all of her content thus far has been mostly Tagalish, right?
yeah.
So, where do you want to start? You know, talk about when we met, our relationship, how we know each other.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna talk about when we started or when we met.
Okay, so we met late 2019. I had we both had a dating profile on a dating site. I guess we can mention it, Date in Asia. Um, that's not a paid site, and nothing there is implied. Um, so, you know, you'd obviously talk to many different people there. Well, I shouldn't say many. I don't mean it like that, but yeah, it's just how the dating site goes, right? I mean, you get all these weird random conversations like, you know, hey, send nudes or something like that. I don't know. People are creeps.
Yeah.
But you know, I think at that point when I met you, I was pretty much done, right? Like I was kind of like, all right, whatever. And yeah, maybe same with you, right? I'd had other relationships that kind of didn't work out with people I'd met online, and then you know I'd also had a relationship with another Filipina I met abroad when I was in Singapore that didn't work out, and I mean, we can get into that as well as the other relationship I had here, which offered many trials and tribulations.
Mm-hmm.
um, so yeah, I mean, late 2019, and then we had COVID, right? All the
Yeah, that was like December 22nd, 2019
you know
when we
when we
met.
met. Yeah, that's right. And then like the first reports of like restrictions and plans for restrictions, that was like what, February?
March.
Yeah,
It was March 15, I guess.
yeah. Well, that's when they finally enacted some of the restrictions, right? But um, yeah, both the United States and the Philippines, but yeah, different levels at different times. But
It was started like a lockdown last March 15, 2019. Oh,
yeah,
2020.
yeah, yeah, it was a mess. And then we finally got to meet in
When is that?
September,
Wrong.
well, August, okay, August,
August.
September
Yeah.
2022,
That
and
was that was August 29 when you arrived here.
yeah, yeah, it's the end of August.
Mhm. Yeah.
So yeah, 2022, and we've been talking about meeting for a long time. It's just we couldn't, right? Because even though the lockdowns and most of the restrictions in the United States were lifting or lifted, they still had
Yeah.
those crazy restrictions in the Philippines, right? That sucks. Well, and I couldn't travel too, right? Because I was switching jobs, and yeah, that the whole nonsense.
When you come here, you stay in my place.
Yes, really didn't go anywhere. We just stayed around your place in your province, right? I mean, we went to a few
Mhm.
little places here and there, but I mean, it was like,
Yeah, because it was raining, rainy season.
well, yeah, but that didn't preclude travel. I mean, we could have gone somewhere if we wanted to. I think the point was just to spend the time together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think I appreciate that more than. Well, you know me. I'm not really like that. You know, I don't care about. Oh, let's go see this. Let's go see that. Yeah, it's cool to see those, but I mean, you know,
We're more on
people.
we better
Yeah,
choose mountains than the city, right?
yeah. Well, you know how I am, right? I don't. I'm not like into big crowds and crowded places. I kind of hate that, but eh,
Yeah, we're in the same in that.
it's another topic.
We're in the same place.
Yeah. So, so do you want to talk about why did I choose you?
Yeah.
Well, okay. So, I mean, one of the things that I kind of liked about you is, well, you had your YouTube channel, right? And I think I'd have to look up the video, but it was like you were looking at a resort. Oh yeah, um, near Dumaguete.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So you had that was kind of like the first video of yours that I'd seen, right? And of course, it's Tagalog focused audience, right?
Yes, of course.
Of course. And so I'm like, oh yeah, it looks like a cool place, but I have no idea what she's talking about.
I'm sorry.
Why do I apologize? It was your content. I mean, yeah,
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 because my crowd is Filipino. Why
exactly.
would I speak English?
Right, and here I am in my man cave, right? I mean, my head is hiding my mess behind me to some degree, but right, this is my like my spare room in my house, and not a whole lot of people have that luxury. And well, anyway, another topic, but um, yeah. So I mean, I'd been to the Philippines before, and I kind of knew what to expect. I mean, what did you expect out of that? I mean, you'd had a bad experience with another cano.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you had faith in a person you really didn't know that well, right? And ended up kind of burning you in the long run. I mean, because you know he was I mean, he was really disingenuous. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess maybe we can save the detail for another conversation. But
Yes.
you know, like myself, right? I'd been in a relationship with, you know, I was married at one point, and then after the divorce, I'd been in other relationships before I met you, and you know, some of those weren't really good faith relationships, so they didn't turn out to be that way. You know, there's expectations and then reality. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I'm really hating these braces right now. So why don't we talk about something real quick though? What was it like for you to finally meet this weird, big, tall, fat cano?
Like, what do you mean, like? Like, what is my feeling?
Well, yeah, obviously you had that look like
Yeah.
you had that
Since
look when
I.
you first met me, like you're looking up at me like I'm scared.
Oh, you asked me if, what is my first feeling when I met Ikano, for real.
Yes.
It's like my feeling, like, it was like, you know, it's like I'm going to poop or pee at the same time.
Okay, I wasn't
Because
really
in the
expecting to
first
say
place,
that.
I was scared and nervous. Yeah, I'm scared because maybe he's gonna run away when he sees me. And then nervous because, yeah, at the same time, nervous also because I don't know. This is my very first time to meet a guy from the other world or from the other side of the world.
Eh,
Did I say it right?
I mean, yeah, I think it's understandable your point, right? I mean, different culture, different, obviously different geographical location.
Yeah.
Um,
And then, yeah, and also excited because for the first time, or for how many years we're talking online, we finally meet and he decided to come because he's the only one can do it because I can't go to US to see him. So he did his way, bought a ticket and come and see me. So I'm very glad that he did that. So there is like really there's like a genuine feeling. It's like no other, you know what I mean? Like bullshits, just come here and see women and just like for a sex vacation. So I was scared of that. And but then when I see him, he's very welcomed. Like when he sees me, he welcome me even though I'm in my own place. You know what I mean? Even
Did
though
you
I'm in
think
my home,
I was
like
going to rob you? No, just kidding.
yeah, he welcomed me with two hands. And
I think I picked you up
so I
actually, like the first time I met you. Like I think I,
yeah,
I, I put my arms around you and picked you up.
yeah. And it's like I was looking at my back like, oh my god.
I'm
and
scared.
then and then yeah, when I brought him here in my house and was very, I'm very I'm just being me.
Well, yeah, I mean it's the genuine. It's
Yeah,
the presentation of genuine genuineness of your person, right? Who you
relationship.
are.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right, right. I mean it's I mean, oh gosh, I'd been traveling for more than 20 hours at that point. I smelled bad, or at least I could smell myself anyway. And then it was a matter of my socks. My socks were just, yeah, that was like that was a crime.
yeah. So what is your tip or all my tips to the Filipina out there dating a foreigner? If you are meeting your a fam or the guy you're talking to is just be true. Just be true, or and also just be yourself. What is
Well,
you is you,
one
and
thing,
then they will accept you. They will. This guy will accept you, right?
yeah.
Just be
Um,
yourself.
One of the things that I think that people get hung up on is, things are temporary, right? Like we grow, we grow up in different places, and we did grow up in different places, right? Different cultures, different family environments, and but all those things are transient, right? I mean, as we mature and we get older, I mean, we have different priorities, right? And when you're kids, you don't even think about the more important things, right? And then even early 20s and sometimes 30s, right? It doesn't really sink in for a lot of people, right? And one of the topics that keeps coming up with foreign men dating Filipinas is like, oh my God, they're just trying to exploit you for your money. Well, yeah, that's true for some of the girls, yeah. Um, and that's one thing that I think has been very clear with you is you're not about that. Yeah. I think I've treated you a few times, and I remember like the first time I sent you something, you were like, "Why are you sending me money?" Like I didn't ask you to do this, and then you're asking me permission. Oh, can I buy this, and can I buy that? And I was like, well, I gave it to you as a treat. Come on. As a gift, I don't get to say what you spend it on. That's, but I mean,
Yeah. Okay.
if you contrast that, with other stories of other relationships online, and they're like, gimme, 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 and one, if you're entering a relationship with that expectation of meeting an American for that reason, um, be honest with yourself. That's really not. Do you really see that becoming a long-term relationship where you're gonna be together for a long period of time? Yeah, I think marriage vows, through sickness and health, and richer for poorer, so on, etc. Right? I mean, if you're really looking for someone as a companion, a life companion, if your number one priority is money, maybe you ought to reevaluate that. But yeah, that's my take.
Yeah.
Just
Just
because
be yourself.
uh,
Just be yourself, right?
yeah, I
You're
mean,
making a.
And I've had that as situation, right? You got let down by a guy that was kind of a no-show, and he lied about his status and a couple other things. I mean, not status as financially, but you know, his relationship status and other things, right? And then you know, with you know, me, I had other attachments, and that was kind of a bummer. Yeah, I mean, different things for different people, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think we probably end it there.